All right, boys. Well, the reason that I'm making this video is that one of the most common questions that I get on YouTube right now is that which team or which character do I think is the best in Wuthering Waves right now? And the answer is that it depends on which character I use for different content. And for me right now, the best composition in Wuthering Waves right now is Zani plus Phoebe Shorekeeper. You're ready to pull for your favorite character, but there's one problem. No loot. Instead of overpaying through the in-game store, head to lootbar.gg, today's sponsor, where the recharge process is fast, safe, and simple. You'll get an 11% discount plus a 10% new user coupon, saving you almost 21% compared to the official price. Your loot will arrive in seconds, and you'll be back in the game summoning top-tier characters and weapons. I was super skeptical of this, that I ran my own test, and it says that you'll get delivered your loot in 30 minutes, but I got them in under 5 minutes. It was really fast. So with thousands of positive reviews and unbeatable prices, lootbar.gg is the smarter way to recharge in Wuthering Waves. Click the link in the description in order to start saving money now. And I see a lot of people would say or would argue that that team is very investment reliant to get him to work and so on, and that's true. I still believe that that team composition does require a lot of investment, but again, if you look at Wuthering Waves, a lot of other characters or a lot of other teams does require a lot of investment as well. Let's take for example the Cartethiya team. You still need a ciaccona, you still need the rover as well, and you need them build up in order to get the best out of them. But yeah, in my opinion, Zani plus Phoebe plus the Shorekeeper, despite their reliance on the negative status mechanic in the game, I still believe that Zani's damage and versatility in every content in the game is still indispensable. And the main reason is that Zani's damage is insane, and the ability to follow up or to follow enemies around and the range and the reach on that ultimate is insane in my opinion. You still can use her in the Wuthering Waves and clear without any issue. You still going to be having the block mechanic for Zani, so you still have the ability to to block, attack, and counter without taking any damage, which is very important for the people that haven't been playing Wuthering Waves for quite some time, so they're not used to the block slash the dash or maybe the avoid mechanic in Wuthering Waves. So I still believe that Zani is very good and very strong in the tier way. For example, the tier way, I've been struggling with the tier way for the longest time, and I've been waiting for the good character to clear every content with, and that team that made me go through the tier way is Zani plus Phoebe plus the Shorekeeper. And not to forget, the Shorekeeper, you're going to be getting the 12% crit rate or 12.5 crit rate, and also you're going to be getting the 25% crit damage buff. So you're going to be hitting with Zani like a truck, and then you're going to be having the continuous healing as well. So you become much more tankier. And then not to forget Phoebe, even though that she's going to be the main thing that is going to be applying your Spectral Phrasal. The way that Spectral Frazzle works, you're going to be lowering the spectral resistance for the enemies that you're going to be hitting, so you're going to be doing extra damage. And then Phoebe, you're going to be having the ability to freeze or the time stop thingy mechanic for Phoebe, so you're just going to be enabling you to create that split second in order to avoid enemies, and also to plan your next move. I know a lot of people are not going to be quick with their hands, so they're going to be taking a split second before they actually react and so on. So you're going to be having and easily 19 stacks reliably using Phoebe and so on. I know a lot of people would use Spectral Rover, which is still a decent substitute for Phoebe, but I still feel Phoebe is indispensable in that team, in a sense where even though that Zani is your main damage dealer, because Phoebe is going to be applying that spectral phrasal like stacks on the enemies in order to like to do more damage, I still believe like Phoebe still does a lot of damage, even though that, let's say for example, like you're doing the holograms and most of your characters dies, or this is a scenario that we almost all of us been through, and you're still like waiting for the revive mechanic in the game and stuff like that. Phoebe still does a lot of damage, and the ability like to sort of freeze time in order to like to plan your next attack, or buy yourself time until you sort of like revive your enemies, or revive your allies, or revive your other resonators that went down, if the ability like opens up or whatever. I still believe that Phoebe is such a good character to like to do damage until you revive Zani or whatever in that scenario at least. But yeah, that team is really, really good and unmatched, to be honest with you. And the utility that you get from each sort of like resonator is still one of the best thingy. And you don't need them to like to have like copies. Maybe for Zani you need like S1 or S2 in order to like to get the extra crit rate and so on, because her crit rate is pretty low, and also like the crit damage is pretty high, so you need to like to crit. But yeah, even though that you don't have like extra copies from her, I still believe like she does a lot of damage, especially with the buff that you get from the Shorekeeper, which I mentioned earlier, which is like the 12% crit rate, and also like the 25 crit damage buff as well. So she's very, very good. You're going to be getting the healing, you're going to be getting the block, you're going to be getting the damage, you're going to be getting the reach, because you just like have to like to click the left button on the mouse, and you're going to be doing an incredible amount of damage in my opinion. So yeah, I still believe the Zani Phoebe team is a great composition, or the best composition right now in the game, because like I mentioned, like it's just like you have like sustainability, you have the heals, you have the boosts, you have the crit damage, you have the damage itself, you have everything. So I do believe like that team is the best, but you still have like the free-to-play option, or the alternative, which is like Zani plus Spectral Rover if you don't have Phoebe and the Shorekeeper. I believe like the Shorekeeper is offered for you guys if you started to play the game like yesterday or whatever. You get to like to choose the banner that you want to like to summon for, or starter banner, and you get the opportunity to get your Shorekeeper, which is like the Shorekeeper's like team composition, or the way that you can add her to any team is indispensable. So I still believe that if you want to like to summon for one character right now, I feel like Zani plus the Shorekeeper is one of the best combos you can get right now. And I believe that Period is the strongest team composition in WutheringWaves right now. Of course, like power creep is the thing, and we're going to be seeing them like slowly getting down. We saw that with Jian, even though that the power creep is not massive, but over time, like in a few years time or whatever, we're going to be seeing them like disappearing, and a new team is going to be taking their place. But I still feel like they are really, really good, and I pretty much like cleared all the game with these two characters, or three characters, or team compositions. The only weakness that I can see with these characters is pretty much like the overall or the open world like exploration thing. If you want to like to have like the overall overworld, is that a thing, like the open world, and you're going to be killing like or farming like the echoes and stuff like that, I can see that composition not working very well, because the rotation time takes a little bit of time, because you need to like to get the ultimate with the Shorekeeper, and then you do the whole rotation with Phoebe, and then he's going to be Zani afterwards. So it's going to be taking you like up to like maybe 20 seconds in order to like to get the rotation, and pretty much like by that time you should be killing the echo. So they're not great in the open world in my opinion, but they still one of the best, if not the best team in WutheringWaves right now. Even though that we have new characters coming up, such as Lupa, we have for Lova, which is a character that we just saw right now. I still believe that this team is the best composition right now. But yeah, I think like it depends on your usage, of course. Like a lot of people prefer other teams to another, but yeah, in my opinion, they're still great, and they're still like very easy to use and stuff like that. And utility that you get is insane in my opinion. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below what do you think of that team composition, and also like if you have an alternative best team in your opinion, of course, that everybody should use in WutheringWaves right now, or easy to use for you, because yeah, of course, like it depends on how comfortable you are with the rotations of each character in WutheringWave or teams in WutheringWaves. So that's the thing as well. But yeah, let me know which team composition that you prefer using, or the best in your opinion right now. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, don't forget to like the video because it helps with the YouTube algorithm. I keep on forgetting to ask you guys to do that. But yeah, I'll be catching you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.